Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you are, and welcome to Requiem for Mersey. And we place a scene at the local St. Paul's Church Hall, where a weekly gathering is held, a local chess club, a club where many of the locals assemble, many elder, many of the older generation who participate. But we zoom into a particular battle of wits, battle of intellects. There's two individuals facing each other. In the corner of the room, this dark lit room, many grumblings and other humans and other kind are battling. And we will zoom into these figures. Take it away.
Right. On the one side, aside from most of these individuals who seem to of an elder sort of age, anywhere from their late to maybe early 70s, there's one individual who looks surprisingly young amongst them, looking about maybe late 20s, early 30s. Hair, nice curly sort of length, just past the ears a bit here. And while the skin looks a little pale, like it hasn't seen the sun in a while, there's still a sort of ruggedness to it, so to speak. Something like it's seen the sun once or twice, but or quite a bit in its time before certain events happened. The individual actually has a very just strikes people as familiar. Something about him, just the way he smiles, the way it's his charm, just something about him seems to relax them, like the boy next door sort of idea. But right now, that boyish smile isn't showing here. Right now, there's a real look of seriousness as he's looking down at his pieces, and he's playing black. He always plays black against this individual. Because then very hard, as the man across from him always plays white.
As you stare and as you confront this individual, and again focusing on your next move, this individual looks to you. He goes, do hurry up, boy. God, not all of us here have got time.
I don't see a ticker going. I'm here.
Oh, come on, hurry up. Mr. Johnson's going to be carried out here before you make a move.
Well, we wouldn't want Jester Johnson to miss the end of this game, now would we? And then after that, he finally decides to move the knight. Knight to e5, right there.
Check this. Yeah, you can describe it as check. This individual. So yep.
Checkmate in.
Okay, yeah. He looks to you. He just is non-concerned. He seems so relaxed, so calm about this, and he goes, "Oh yes, that's very interesting. Very interesting." Scratches his head. Oh, very rare we get new talent, new blood like this. It's your first time here, isn't it? Sorry, I forget your name.
There's a sort of it's a smile. That boyish sort of smile just spreads across his face. There, my perfect pearly white teeth. There, but in the back of my head is like, I've been here 4 months or so. I've been coming here, and you've been asking me if I'm new every single time, Mr. White. That's what I keep thinking to my head, but I don't say that out loud. The poor man's seem to remember me anytime I walk in, and yet every time, no matter what. So I go, yeah, this is, and so I humor him for the time being. Yeah, this is first time here, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know it's your first time. Ask what your name was, lad.
Oh, right, sorry, it's Andrew. Andrew, Andrew's my name.
Oh, Andrew. Nah, I never heard of you before. You must be new to the island. One of those mainlanders. You got no salt in your blood, I tell you, boy. And he counters your, your checkmate, your check quite easily. And again, it's this right. You just didn't see it coming. It seems so obvious. But he's just moved like a pawn, and it's actually checked you, forcing you to move your king, forcing you to move your main piece aside. And it's such an obvious move that you didn't see it. So, it's a bit frustrating. But he looks at you and goes, "Oh yeah, no salt whatsoever in your blood. How long have you been here? You're saying you're new, but I think your face is familiar. You'll be okay here with the locals. You play a good game. You play a good game. Just need a bit more salt in your blood. That's all you need, boy."
Here I thought being born in Perth meant I would have had a little bit more salt in me, but apparently not. That I have to move the king, move it more into, but I haven't castled my king just yet. So at that point, I move one of the rooks in the king, and I move it into that move where you can actually move the king more than one space, castling the king a game. I've been saving it for that moment.
It sort of raises an eyebrow as if like, oh, okay. Oh yeah, you're a bit, he sort of mumbles to himself, you got your looks, but you got a brain behind those looks as well. I respect that. I respect that. Wait. What brought you to this? Brought you to Mersey? Someone of your character, your youngish looks. You shouldn't be here playing chess with the old buggers. I thought someone like you would be in exciting London, exciting, mainland town somewhere.
It's the old buggers who you can learn the most from when it comes to a game like this. No, for the most part, I'm here for Perth. Not Perth. I mean, sorry, Mercy. I'm here for Mercy on vacation. I'm doing some soul searching, really. Sort of get away from the big city, get away from all that.
As I will have to make this a role because, as you say, soul searching, and we'll make this a general role to represent whether you gain any information out as an individual.
Okay.
So we'll say for you wits and empathy, but minus 3.
Okay. Let's see here. Luckily, my empathy's 2. Let me see my wits. So that's going to be 2 dice.
Okay.
Just a question: would a specialty in motivations help me any?
I think yes, it would. Yes.
Okay, then I'll be rolling 3 dice then.
Okay. Do you want to roll, or do you want to roll?
I have the dice stream
Okay.
up, so I'll roll.
It's just a general gauge of the character.
Well, there we have.
So you got 1 10.
10.
So that does
roll 1 more die.
So you do roll 1 more dice. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, just a 10. So 1.
Okay. You get, when you say the words soul searching and coming to Mersey to find oneself, he's very good. He kind of does this reaction of typical sort of response, but there's a hint the way he just raises his eyes up slowly to you, but then looks back to the game. There's definitely a hint of familiarity, a hint of perhaps he has similar goals. there's a kind of sense of empathy, a sense of a symbiotic thing there, a sense of he is here to search for himself as you are here to search for yourself. It's kind of looking at a mirror, perhaps, a sense of looking at an open mirror. But he hides it well. He's trying to hide it very well. But he continues the game. Of course, he instantly kind of moves another piece as you've done this kind of chess move. He moves another piece across the board, cancelling out your move. Again, it's so simple and obvious, but you wouldn't think, you think it a very stupid move, but you realize when he does it, it comes across, okay, I'll counter that easily. But then you realize, damn, yeah, he's outmaneuvered me once again. But while he does this, as he does this, he looks to you and just goes, oh, finding one's soul here, one's self here. Ugh. It's a very bitter place to find anything, to be honest. If you found anything in the soil of Mersey, come out bitter.
At the point, I'm looking down at my board here, and trying to formulate a response here. And the fact that, well, this is actually kind of a welcome relief. This is actually a little bit the way he looked. Something seemed a little different. For the first time in 4 months, something slightly different was said. And actually, for a moment, relief. Everything else I'd been kind of putting on sort of an autopilot, and now there's something, and but now I'm also, it's a distraction now, like between the game and the conversation pieces. There's only a few ways I could get out of this, and I can see them. But I'm also seeing a few of the moves he could do. Thing is, trying to think several moves ahead. At that point, I move my other knight to intersect between the other piece and the king, keeping the king safe, as keeping out of check for another turn. As I'm doing so, I say, well, sounds like you never grew up reading any Vegemite. Then you'd know then that we grow up on bitterness there down under.
I don't know anything about that. Jesus. All I know is Mersey's a harsh island. So only the toughest of plants, toughest of animals can survive here, you know. Something to do with the soil. The soil is very, very broken, very, very, very bitter. You should pop down some of the flower shops around here. They're specialists. They know how to grow in this soil. It takes a lot of skill to grow. Sorry, what was your name again?
It's Andrew. Andrew is my name.
Oh, of course it's Andrew. I knew that. Yeah, it takes a lot of skill, Andrew, to play chess. Was it flowers? No, chess. Yeah, it takes a lot of skill to know how to play this game. Andrew. So, yeah, he's kind of lost in the moment. He's kind of confused. He's about to say something, but then gets lost and looks at you. And again, it's that kind of those weak eyes of confusion, those eyes of a soul that is lost in its own mind, of memories, of thoughts. You don't know. You need to roll for this. It's obvious. It's as if he's trying to play you, manipulate you, but it doesn't work. It's as if he is lost in his own sort of maze of manipulation, as it were. And he just sort of, as if in a moment of clarity, kind of focuses back on the game, calculates and goes, yes, Andrew, yes, oh, I see what you're doing. And he continues to play, continue to put forward another piece down. And again, there's another piece, even though he seems so confused and chaotic, his chess playing is amazing. It's as if another part of him is playing chess, devoid of his speaking.
After this next move, check. Another check. Got me on the ropes. At this point, I've exhausted all the other moves I could make to potentially take the piece. I have to move the king, and that's usually right there. It's not over till it's over, even though I know the game's going to bleed. I can already see the end of it. He's already won. Frustrating part, he's already won. He's already won, and I don't even know if he really knows it. Oh, I've been playing with him for 4 months. He probably does. Although, every time I see those eyes, that lost in his eyes, something about it just... Something about it just strikes me. How lost I've been for the past almost half a year. I've been dead before I started walking again. And how I've been having to deal with changes, all these things. What is it? Especially in the past few months, these elections, this Brexit stuff. I remember so many years ago. This isn't the England I remember. This is the things going on in America. There's so much more fear out here now. Unfortunately, now I realize I might be one of the... But I see the writing on the wall here with this game. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to concede. So I move the king. And the one move I know will take the longest for him to finally make the checkmate. But I know it's inevitable.
He looks to you. He's sort of excited because it's that kind of realization. You know what he's going to do. He knows what you're going to do. It's obvious where it's going to conclude. But then when he kind of places the final pieces, he just looks to you as if, oh God, I must admit, I'm a bit disappointed in you, Andy, and Drew. Yeah, I'm disappointed. You still had me there on the ropes. Just need to be more aware of yourself, aware of the moves. Doesn't matter. This game all ends the same. Only the pawns think they move, but it's the hand that moves them. It's the hand that moves them. The hand. Again, his hand shakes as he kind of places the last pawn sort of down to checkmate you. But there's kind of, you've had this before with him, where he's about to place the last piece to sort of checkmate you. But there's a kind of a sluggishness to it. There's a pause, as if he's resisting it, but then he does it. And when it finally does, you hear a kind of loud noise. You hear a sound of a door opening, the sound of drama, the sound of youth. But I'll leave you your thoughts as he's placing his final move.
Well, once again, I actually say that out loud. Once again, I realize, catch myself. He probably doesn't remember it. You certainly showed a youngin' how to certainly play a good game. And at that point, when the door opens and the sound of youth and does cause me to turn to see in the direction of what's coming.
And as he does this, as he places the final piece and the final move, you see your benefactor, your sponsor, the individual that has brought you here and has looked after you ever since that moment, that crisis you had when you've awakened on a dark road in the middle of the night. No memory, and only this figure who's offered you sanctuary and safety. And she looks at you with this big smile, and she runs up to you going, "Oh, hello." And she rushes over again with the appearance of a fairly young sort of teenager or young child, runs up to you to sort of embrace you in her arms. And she is always present with this sort of elderly figure, this sort of grandmother figure that is standing sort of a distance behind her, always in her presence, always near her. But she greets you like a daughter, like a grandchild, like a niece, like some young individual of the family. And she smiles at you innocently and lovingly. Going, "Oh, sorry, did I interrupt something? Are you? Did you win? Did you win finally? Oh, don't tell me this old geezer beat you again."
Uh, not this night, no. And Lil Red, how are you? And it's so weird looking at her, just looking at this young girl. And some way I'm looking at her and I see almost someone else for a different moment. And for a moment, when I remember, no, she's not. She's not her. She's not my daughter. And she's probably a lot older. Now, Mr. White here has checkmated me again, though. This time I gave it a little bit more of a fight.
Mr. White kind of looks up to both of you, and he gives the comments of sort of, "Oh, he nearly beat me this time. But oh, you young lady, you don't realise he." And then he kind of, you don't need to roll empathy on this. You don't need to roll. He recognises the woman, the individual, and instantly just pauses and gives a face of kind of shock and horror, and gives a face of, "Oh, no, I'm going to be quiet now." And he sort of turns back to the chess game and remains quiet. And sort of Lil Red, of course, just ignores it and looks back at you with this bright eyes and his wide grin, going, "Oh, come. Look, I understand why you want to come here, these old fogies, but we need to get out a bit more. Embrace Mersey. There's a lot more to Mersey than these closed little doors and your little sort of sanctuary and haven. I do worry about you. Have you been feeding well?" She says this quite openly. She says this quite openly in front of everyone.
Yeah, I've been, and there's a little bit of a moment where I kind of glance around again at everyone, but same as the old man. To be like, if they are paying attention, I think they're doing their best not to.
They are pretty much doing their best not to pay attention.
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah.
Oh, good. I don't want to see you suffer. I don't want to see you in any more pain. Seems so distressed when I last saw you. And she kind of feels your arms and touches your face. And it is in a way like someone would check their pet. It's obvious to you the way it's so overly motherly. It's so overprotective the way she's just sort of looking at you and examining you and sort of checking on you. Because, "Oh, well, look, as long as you're feeling okay, as long as you feel okay, carry on, but just make sure you're safe and be careful. There are others." And she does whisper this, even from the others. She kind of pulls you aside. She leans you aside and goes, "Oh, there are others on the island. I have to warn you. Some of them are quite violent, quite vicious. Londoners, you see.
I see. I'm certain they're getting along then with the Lady Whisper. I'm certain they're getting along with the Skinner then.
You know, I don't like his name said in front of me, but yes, I've heard some of them have turned to him, the beast. But I have a new friend to introduce you to, an individual by the name of Samuel. Oh, you'll love him. He's missing an arm at the moment, but I think it
No.
will regrow. He should come back. And
So that's actually a moment where I'm having like a sort of a wiggle in my head here. Like he lost an arm and now and he said, "Oh, he'll grow back," and just the calmness of it, just the calmness, like this matter of factness of it. It's just like sort of wigs me a little bit when it that is that possible? Does that be a thing?
you know what? As soon as you say that, as soon as you kind of announce that to her, she just, oh, she hugs you even closer and sort of, you know, tightens her grip around you and places her finger across your face and goes, oh, you're so young and innocent. Oh, it's so lovely. Yes, yes, you can regrow, don't you know that? And she kind of even, you know, strokes a finger down your chest, down your leg even, and goes, oh, you can regrow anything in your current state.
There's a little bit of a swallow there, and the what front I've put on of good of extrovertedness kind of sinks back in, and once again that shy boy again. Never really got over it, but something there, and it's like, and not to mention the fact she's well, as old as she may actually be, and I see. I see. I see. Um, I'm sorry. This so much of this that's still new to me in the past few months. I'm still trying to make sense of it all.
Oh no! I understand. I understand. And she takes herself a step back, as if, you know, just she realizes you're uncomfortable kind of manner, and she goes, oh, no, it's fine, it's fine. Well, look, if you wish to meet someone else in your similar condition, an individual I'm currently also helping by the name of Samuel is more than happy to meet you. I would love to arrange the meeting myself. And I would like to ask one simple task of you, if that's okay, if that's acceptable.
Well, you've certainly bent your back over for me. You've given me a house. You've let me stay during my time trying to figure things out here. So something simple sounds like the least I could do.
She looks to you as you say, like, you know, you bent your back over, and she just says, you filthy animal. As you say this, like you bent your back over for me. But then she acknowledges, oh, look, I just simply asked. There's an individual that I'd like to meet. She works at the local flower shop, at the Acanthus flower shop. I don't know her name. I've only heard some sort of rumors. She has blonde hair, but she is also from London, and she has certain skills. I'd like to meet her. I'd like to see her skills. I think she's a yoga instructor. I think that's the word, yoga. Yes. I want to learn more of this. but I don't want to seem foolish. I'd like you to do some research. I'd like you to meet her, to offer her my extension. Money is no cost, of course, but please
Okay.
put your best face on. Put your charismatic, your wonderful face for her. For me, please.
And I think back to one of the roles a long time ago when I was a lot younger. I remember a film I played. I was younger in and it was one of those high school sort of shows and things that made a breakout for me. It was that smile, that charm, and playing that bad boy, so to speak. But it was that smile and that wink captured. And for a moment, I reached back to that role and bring that forward. And so I gave that smile, that big wide smile, and I gave that wink. You got it.
Yeah, there's no role for that. She's instantly. It's so hard to gauge whether she's sort of messing with you, manipulating you, but there's definitely a sense that she just enjoys your presence, she enjoys your personality, your looks and everything, and she giggles. And again, it's that sense of like a high school teenage girl, like a fan, like someone absorbed in your character, your myth, your stature. And as you do all these sort of typical kind of simple tricks, she giggles and laughs, and then she kind of runs off like an embarrassed schoolgirl and runs back to this grandmother figure that's always there in the background, present, watching. But she nods and sort of looks at you and goes, just go meet her. Use those charms on her, not on me, silly. And then she sort of wanders off.
And then she walks off, and I watch her go, and that grandmother of hers, and I watch her go. Sort of bite my lip for a moment. Yeah, I remember those looks. Young girls. Heck, seeing some young boys also. Not the same looks. Some of them had the same looks. That all depended on the way they swang, so to speak. After another movie, a certain amount of those boys certainly came up to me and that movie, for that portrayal. That's another story, but no, brings back old memories. Fame of being in the spotlight and red carpets and camera flashes. Something I haven't here in Mercy has been a blessing for, especially when I'm trying to figure out. There's another bit of pain. Heart should be beating. Pain of loss. Shake my head. Oh, Red wants to learn about yoga, but doesn't want to embarrass herself. Looks like I'm going to be, sounds like another thing that just actually, the more I think about that, the more the pain sort of begins to seep up on me. That thought of my daughter. I won't reach into the pocket and I pull out photo I'd taken myself, and it's very well Matilda, 2 years old. I remember taking her and taking this picture when she was infants. It was one of the few times we actually gone home to Perth and family, and I remember the sun was shining so bright, and first experience of her with wonderful creatures off the coast, and swimming with them. So run my finger on that. She's got to be 12, 13. And that age when a daughter should be, is like asking father to help her with things that, I sort of close my eyes. The ideas of memories that I don't have, that I won't ever have. Of Daddy, I don't want to do, I can't do this on my own. Can you help me? Daddy, I don't want to embarrass myself. Can you show me how? In some ways, that's what Little Red is asking. With her tight eyes closed for a moment, pairing the picture back up. I kiss it very gently, or put it back in my pocket, back in my wallet. Maybe I can't do that for you, Matilda, but maybe I'll do that for Little Red here. To figure these things out, and maybe when enough time has passed, when you wouldn't recognize me on the street, maybe you again, but not right now. Samuel, another like me, and a flower shop yoga instructor. What options? Well, think maybe yoga could do me some good.
I think
that I begin to walk out.
As you conclude these thoughts, as you kind of embrace all these feelings that this individual has sparked in you, that they have risen in you, that you perhaps tried to forget and tried to hide, you get tugged, you sort of get pulled on your shirt, on your clothing, and it's this individual again, Mr. Wine, looking at you going, "Oh, hello there, mister. Did you here to play some chess?"
For a moment there, stop. He's forgotten me already, and I've only been here for a little bit. You know what? Not still young. I smile, I go, why, yes. Yes, I am.
Oh, good. We don't get a lot of youngins here, mostly old folks. The youngins, they run. They all run from Mersey, run. Come on, I'll play white.
That sounds good. It was like playing black sleek.
So, where are you from? And with that, I think we'll happily end scene, as this individual asks again on this particular creature of Mersey. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the scene.